Hello mga katribo and welcome to Pairfect. I'm Dinah Ventura.
And I'm Francine Marquez.
So yes, we're back here
Yes.
and I'm sure you've noticed that people are shopping again.
Yes, I noticed.
Physical shopping is back.
The joy of touching things, smelling, the entire sensorial experience. We really miss that, no, Dina?
Yes. So, shopping is back and I'm sure you've already
Yes,
acquired
yes.
some of your favorite
Yeah.
stuff that
Of
we
course,
missed.
of course.
What can you say about the transformation of Greenbelt 5, for example?
Yeah, I know. Suddenly, well, luxury never left, but actually, it's good to know that all these international brands are coming back, all the exquisite items, materials that we've longed for, they're finally here for us to appreciate, no? And
Yes.
I see that the market remained loyal,
Mhm.
so which is a good thing as well.
Yes, they never left, no, even during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And that's why our special guest for today
Mm-hmm.
is someone close to our hearts because she will be able to talk to us,
course.
enlighten us, and help us navigate the state of luxury retail today.
Yeah, and this time in real time. The last time I think she was interviewed by Pairfect or Spotlight. It was via
Via
Zoom,
Zoom.
those days.
Yes, we can
Yeah.
have somebody here live with us. So nice.
And our guest is the head of marketing communications of the SSI Group, the country's largest specialty retailer with an established brand portfolio that includes some of the world's most recognized international brands. Her expertise has led her to master the art and science of business and retail,
Wow.
especially in conveying the proposition of over 100 international
Wow.
brands under the SSI fold. My goodness, such a superwoman in her
Can't wait.
field.
Okay,
diba?
we're pleased to have her in our studio today. Please welcome Michelle Suarez.
Hello.
Hello,
The
thank you for
beautiful.
having me.
Thanks for coming over.
And thank you for that very beautiful introduction to our business.
Thank you. Thank
Of
you.
course.
Let's shoot the first question because actually very interested in the topic. Mitch, luxury brands are known to be terrible during at e-commerce because traditionally in the luxury brand segment, the in-store experience is kind of what the SSI experience is all about, right? So how did you merge that with the e-commerce and maybe the tactile value of
Yes.
being in a brick and mortar store?
That's
How did
true,
you
because
navigate that?
That's what customers are used to. I'm
Yeah,
sure we're used to,
yes.
especially if you're purchasing something of value.
Yes, they're-
purchasing,
yeah.
whether it be a bag, a piece of jewelry, you want to touch it and feel it. You want to touch and feel the merchandise first. But thankfully enough, during the pandemic, we were able to actually launch our multi-brand e-commerce site called trunk.ph. So I hope
Trunk,
you've
yes.
had the chance to visit that site and
Yes.
take a look, because that actually is the home of most of our brands. Even our luxury brands are on Trunk. And we've seen that customers, especially those who are very digitally adept, and who know what they want, these are customers who really patronize certain brands or patronize, and they know already what I like. They know the bangle that I want to get. These are customers that already know that my size in this brand is this. No, so we saw that despite the closure of our stores at the time, we were seeing people, especially our customers, being more at ease with shopping in the luxuries, in the online space,
Yeah.
and shopping for luxury items
Yeah.
at that. So there is that awareness, I guess, and recognition from our end that our shoppers now have also become very diverse in how they consume brands and in also how they actually have access to it. So there's that, no? There's that. It broke, I guess, siguro, that barrier that used to be there. But of course, experience in the stores is also very important, which is why we try to bring that experience, that kind of customer experience, that is actually what we are known for. We're known for that in the Lustan's
Yes.
group, diba? We're known for excellent, exceptional customer service. We also bring that. We also try to bring that in the online space.
How is that possible?
Well, to begin with, you have to be present at all times, even if it's 24/7 to the customers,
Yes,
di ba?
true.
Parang
Yeah.
in the online space, and that's the thing with digital. It's so quick. It's quick. It's real time. So you have to be quick to respond.
Yes.
So these are, the things that, we made a standard when we respond to customers, when we try to facilitate, when we facilitate their returns and exchanges, whatever their experience is at our brick and mortar stores in the offline space,
Yes.
we also migrate that and try to deliver and offer it also in the online space.
Okay, so you don't think or you don't believe that there's a disconnect between the digital world and shopping luxury?
Not anymore. Parang we live in a phygital. We call it nga
Phygital.
Digital, yes.
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
physical and digital world working harmoniously together and really complementing and providing customers with whatever they need, wherever they want to consume it, and however they
Yes,
actually want
yes,
to. So that we have so much talk about being agile during the pandemic.
Yes.
That became a challenge also for us because we realized that customers were so used, parang they needed to be we needed to adapt to them, and wherever platform they felt comfortable in, wherever they wanted to consume us as brands, we had to be present there.
Okay, so did that change your operations a bit? I mean, when you were trying to transform into a
Well,
digital
thankfully enough for
shopping
the
space.
SSI group, when we launched Trunk, which was and we were very bold enough to launch it at the height of the pandemic. We actually launched it November of 2020. So we were bold enough to launch it, and the reason for the success of us being able to launch it was also because we had at the time brands that had e-commerce sites. So in a way, culturally, the organization was in the right space. We were used to e-commerce. We had some experience in the e-commerce play. So when we had launched Trunk, and eventually also, even during the pandemic, we launched some brand.coms. We launched
Yes.
the e-commerce site of Old Navy and Massimo Dutti as well. So during the time, because we had the experience, it was easier. It was easier, and it's we also had to, of course, shift not just the mindset, but even what we were expecting of our workforce. Some roles had to be adjusted a bit. Introduce digital selling also to our store personnel that were so used to actually selling face-to-face in person, diba? So,
One thing I notice about online shopping is that you're more thoughtful because you have the time to browse through all the merchandise, the categories. So maybe that was one thing, that was one of the benefits also, the silver lining
correct.
to online shopping, no? Not like sometimes
when you're in the
you just
store,
see a peek at
Yeah.
what's there. It's like you just focus on whatever, not like in online shopping.
Correct. And our online site, so Trump, for example, also became like a digital catalog for our shoppers in the offline space. So we would get some customers who would show like a screenshot from products that they saw online and show it, which essentially that's really the goal. Diba? It's retail, whether it be in the offline space, in the physical space, or whether it be in the online or digital space. It's retail, and that's also what we are very proud of. No, all of the brands that you love in the malls, you can also actually consume in the online space through Trunk and our brand.com. So we get a lot of that screenshot. Nakita ko to, I saw this in I
Still
saw this in
available. So
it's
yes,
easy.
and I get this here.
Yeah. What about in terms of the online sales volume? Was there a great impact, or is it because you were able to navigate so quickly? The volume of sales really didn't matter that much. I mean,
It contributed. It contributed very good. Actually, we had just released our earnings, no, our first half earnings for the year, and our online sales are already contributing greatly, no, to the total sales of the SSI group. So that's an indication that indeed online is there to stay.
Yes,
And of course, not to mention the activity that we're getting already in the malls. Diba, you mentioned it
Yes,
earlier.
yes.
So everyone is back in the malls. Everyone is doing a favorite pandemic term, which is revenge shopping.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we should talk about that a little later.
Yes, yes.
But
yeah.
so speaking of your online sales have grown. So do you believe that this will be a huge part of your
yes.
revenues in the
the new
future?
normal.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. As I said, it's really phygital retail.
Yeah.
So it's having the presence
here
in
to
both
stay.
the physical and digital space. And I think for a company like ours, no, the SSI Group, we were heavily entrenched in the offline space, physical space. Diba? We had over 600 stores and nationwide reach, no, from
Wow.
Luzon all the way
Yes.
to Mindanao.
Yes.
So in terms of offline retailing, SSI really is, the leader in that.
Yes.
So being able to also have a very significant presence online, presenting customers with brands that they like and they love from the malls that they frequent, and presenting it also in the online space, having that good balance, I think, has allowed us to be still quite successful in what we do.
Yeah. Branding is fundamental to a luxury mark's appeal. How can luxury brands overcome the challenge of delivering not only the products over digital platforms, but also providing the same consistent brand experience? I mean, over digital. But you said earlier that you had a lot of engagements already with your probably the shoppers, the clients, no?
Yeah, one thing that we were actually able to introduce, which we launched at the height of the pandemic, which we're actually very, very proud of. Of course, we had Trunk, no, but one of the services that we also offered in the
Yes.
SSI group was the specialist. It's our concierge service.
Yes,
It's
yes.
SSI's at-home concierge service. And basically, what the specialist does as a program is that it and continues to provide our customers who were still not comfortable to visit the malls, especially during the hard lockdown when all the malls were closed.
Yes,
The
yes.
specialist was able to actually present and offer our products to our customers while at the comfort of the home, and we would deliver. We would deliver for free. So
We were
it's,
talking about that before.
Yes, yes,
it's
yes.
actually, and free delivery pat.
Yes,
So,
yes.
it was a service that we felt was very necessary at the time. And it was a service, I mean, it's a testament that we were able to transcend the physical space, the absence actually of the physical space, and
Yes.
offering the same experience to our customers
Yes.
online. So, and we call it online because, of course, it was through platforms, messaging
Yes.
platforms that were also very widely used, diba, during the
Yeah.
pandemic. That's
Yeah.
why during the
Zoom.
pandemic, diba, Zoom, Viber was also such a
Viber.
widely used platform. So at the height of the pandemic, when we launched the specialist, we also launched a Viber community for
Yes,
SSI
yes,
Life.
yes.
And this growing community of ours was also where we would get a lot of customer engagement. So our platforms, our communication platforms continued to be amplified, and we made sure that wherever actually our customers wanted to reach us, wherever they felt comfortable to talk to
Yeah.
us, deal with us,
You're
we
there.
were there.
Yes.
We were there.
We were just we talked about this before about the delivery service, the
Yes,
customized
yes.
way of shopping, just really elevated the experience even more to a
That's true,
luxurious
that's
level.
true.
Yes.
Diba?
I mean, while you're staying in quarantine and, you don't have to brave traffic anymore because thanks to digital platforms, they're delivered to you, to your doorstep right
doorstep.
away. I mean,
Yes.
packaged very well. Of course, these are luxury brands.
So the
So
service, the level of service is
It's still there.
Yes,
Very
Diba?
good.
Parang we made sure we really make sure that whatever service you are used to at the store level, you would also experience it when you shop online or when you shop through these platforms like the Specialist, which allow that service to be experienced pa rin. That's what our customers are used to rin eh.
Yeah, I mean, but on another note, I think there's also joy in opening the package. That's the added experience. Aside from the delivery, di ba? Or okay, you order online and then it comes to your favorite designer bag and then there's joy in unboxing, which I saw a lot in the various...
The unboxing.
Yeah, the unboxing. I saw that a lot in various social media, Instagram and all.
Well, tell us a little bit more about Trunk.ph. You carry a lot of different brands, and each brand has its own personality or character. How do you translate that into an online shopping platform?
In Trunk, actually, when you go through Trunk, what we have are 4 shop-in-shops, we call it. So parang 4 boutiques, online boutiques within Trunk. So you have Trunk Show, which I think we're seeing on the screen.
Right.
Trunk Show is where we house our luxury brands in the SSI group. So you can shop from Alexander McQueen, Burberry, even Bottega Veneta. You can shop in Trunk Show. And then we also have Powder Room, which is where we house our beauty. Yes, our beauty.
Nice.
So your favorite beauty brands.
Yeah.
And it's a growing list of brands actually that we have in Powder Room.
Yes.
And then we also have Trunk at Home, which is again another category that was very
Successful.
big, no?
Yes.
During the pandemic. So that's where our home brands are.
So home brands really experienced some growth, no, during the pandemic.
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
people were just
Oh yes, people had a lot of time in their hands and were working from home, that they were seeing all the nitty-gritties that they wanted
yeah.
And
renovate.
diba? You wanted your space to look
Especially, I
nice.
think Make Room is all about storage,
Yes,
organizing.
Yes,
Now there was time for that
Yes,
already.
yes. All the boxes and everything.
Everyone wanted to be Maricondo.
Oh yeah, that was a hit.
Everyone wanted to go
Yes.
into organization, fixing up,
yes,
tidying up, you know, their spaces. So, and people were also, they wanted new things also. They wanted a pick-me-upper. So, you know, the renovating a nook or a space that you convert into a work-from-home space.
Right.
That's something that that was one of, I guess, siguro passion points, I'd like to call it, no, of our customers during the pandemic.
Yeah, and then on Pottery Barn,
Yes, we have Pottery Barn,
Yeah.
West Elm.
Yeah, and which had, I think, the entertainment items, like the bar items, barware.
That's another
Also, I think that was also a hit during the early days
We'll
of the
find out more
Yeah, diba?
from Mitch if what she did to fix her own space. When we return, we'll be right back.
Sige.
We'll take a short break.
Yeah.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Comfy Manalo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magsama-sama po tayo sa...
Gising na!
Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang atid namin sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube. Be updated sa news and happenings katribu. Hatid ng Daily Tribune sa inyo ang mga balitang napapanahon sa loob at labas ng bansa. Kami na ang bahala sa paghahatid sa inyo ng mga latest and reliable news. We got you covered sa programang Tribune News on Q. Mapapanood mula umaga hanggang gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang ating damin sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa...
Hello, and we're back. I'm Francine, and I'm with the beautiful Dinah and Michelle Suarez of SSI. And while we had our commercial break, we were talking about all the trends that happened during the quarantine, including the sales of barware. Diba? The cheese boards and all. Because
Yes.
people, you can't just stop people from just staying quarantine. Like Filipinos really have to celebrate, right? And I think SSI had your share also of organizing events.
Yes, we did. The events, and right before the pandemic hit, the activity was there. It was so alive. So, of course, naturally, during the pandemic, we also had to continue engaging with our customers, no? And presenting them with new ways to market our products. I think that was the thing. So Zoom events, we would have, for some of our brands, we would have live shopping events. We would set up in the store, and really ask them to log on to either a Facebook page wherein we would have these live selling events
Nice.
online.
Yes, yes.
And then, of course, some exclusive VIP shopping events also. We would host that for some of our brands and some of our clients as well. Actually, even I mentioned the specialist earlier, and we also offered that service, the specialist curated, wherein we practically brought everything that you like. We would profile you as a client, everything that you like. We practically bring the experience to the home.
Wow.
So that's
Wow,
also a
Luxury.
form of,
Yeah.
really selling, making sure that your customers, you're where your customers are at, and bringing the experience to them. So we would do that also.
I can't imagine how it
yes.
would go. Like maybe everything you brought was
Yes.
sold.
Parang syempre you have to bring a wide selection
Yes,
also. But we
oo.
profile the customer and based on brand preference, based also on styles and what they needed.
Yeah.
We would have some customers that would need a new wardrobe because balik na ng office,
Yes,
diba?
yes.
Some were doing hybrid already. They needed to go back in the office. They needed a whole new wardrobe. So we would bring multiple sets, head to foot, and bring it to the home of the client.
So
And,
you had a personal shopper and your own stylist
Already,
already.
I think that's
Built in the
That's it.
shopping experience.
That's
My
it.
goodness.
So that was also another way to engage with their customers. Of course, in the social channels, we had to continue being at par and updated also with these new formats that were being presented. So a lot of live Instagram, IG live events. We would work with certain influencers
Yes.
to showcase the different collections, the new collections that we had in the stores to our brands and to our customers that actually still preferred to engage with us in the online space.
So all these, I suppose, changed the way we do shopping or the way we do
yes.
business. So do you see this continuing? How how do you see the future of online luxury retail?
It's here to stay. I think the Filipinos are already in a prime position to be consuming luxury in the digital space, and thankfully there is more, not just the appetite, but there are really more platforms now or avenues through which you are able to get your luxury fix online. And Trunk Show is that, and that's also what we are very proud of, I think, in the SSI group, especially when it comes to Trunk, no, and Trunk Show in particular, which is our online designer boutique, no. It's because it has that authenticity attached to it, and that's also something that you have to be careful of as a shopper. Getting your fix online, you go to a reputable source. You go to a source that will assure you of authenticity. You will go to a source that will assure you that what you are buying is not just authentic, but is of the value that is attached to it. So that is what we communicate, no, and that's the kind of messaging that we'd like to impart for Trunk Show, that this is a reputable source. This is it's part of the SSI group,
Right.
so you know that it's legit. And that was also a reality that we faced. There's so many social media sellers. No, you see a lot of sellers online. Facebook, Instagram, personal shoppers. And likewise, you would also see a lot of stories about people getting scammed, people getting scammed with huge amounts of money. And that's what we assure our customers. That's what we assure you. When you shop on our platforms and even inquire on our platforms, or even try to inquire and to purchase to any of our platforms, we assure you of the security, we assure you of the authenticity.
Of course.
And I guess because it just really broke the barriers with all the content, there's really so much content that you have to discern between the fake ones, the authentic ones, and really helps to have a reputable website or platform, from SSI. So how do you think retail technology is transforming luxury shopping? I mean, it's really here to stay.
It's, in our case, it's very important that we provide you with our customers with an omni-channel experience. And that is one thing that we continue to drive within the group, that wherever, in terms of consumption, let's say, of brands or consumption of content, we make sure that whichever platform you'd like to consume us, consume our brands in, we're there. And messaging is consistent. Positioning of the brands, how the brands are presented, how the brands are communicated, it's consistent wherever platform you go to. Because iba-iba rin ang tao, diba? Some people will be more comfortable to be on a certain platform than others. So that kind of direction, when it comes to communicating, when it comes to marketing, that is something that we make sure that is consistent, that we continue to drive within the group. Likewise also with the e-commerce space. For us, we like to say that it's, whether it be physical or digital retail, it's all retail. Diba? It's presenting our brands. It's making sure that when customers want to consume our brands, whether it be in the physical space or digital space, it's consistent. So that's the consistency has to be there. The consistency also, I guess, adds value to adds value to the brand, adds value to the business that we're in.
What's in store for SSI for the coming holiday season?
No,
The shopping season.
Almost
in general. Spill the beans.
What's in store for SSI? A lot. Well, a lot.
Keep us excited.
I think for our definitely for our brands, you have, of course, the fall-winter collections that everyone is excited to see, and slowly, now that we are at the tail end of August and we're welcoming the Burr months already soon. That's when the new collections of our brands are going to be at the stores, and that's something that people will be very excited about. It's also we we see it also with our brands now. There's a lot of collaborations that happen.
I know.
A lot of collabs, a lot of capsule
Yes,
collections,
yes.
and these are going to be carried in our stores. And also, also on top of that, no, we try to also mimic that same experience, that same selection in the online space. So again, going back to whether you're used to shopping in the malls that you frequent or you shop in our online platforms, it's available. It's made available to you. The Christmas season, it's an exciting, I think this year's Christmas is going to be busier
Yes,
and
yes.
more
Everyone's
active than ever because
Yeah.
everyone is out.
Yeah, and
diba?
people can travel. I mean, travel restrictions have been eased in many countries already.
Correct. I think the Christmas shopping of how, the rush, the excitement, having people in the malls, talagang
Yes.
punong-puno every day doing your last minute shopping. I think that rush, that kind of activity, that kind of energy, we will really feel it this year.
This year.
Diba? We're feeling it already. We're feeling it already, and that's there to stay. So the holidays are going to be a very busy, exciting, I think, a sense of normalcy again, back to normal operations
I
for
know. And
everyone.
but before we let you go, I'd like to ask about your shopping habits. What do you like most? Shopping online or in store or both?
I'm a mall girl, to be honest. There you can see I used to handle Greenbelt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a mall rat, so the malls are like a second home to me. So it's an activity that I like to do. I really like to go to the mall. But I have been more adept at shopping online also. I guess I have to thank my kids for that because with I think with the younger generation, it's so easy for them. Diba? Parang they're not as picky as we are, no? Or so it's that. No? I do my shopping also online, but yeah, I'm one that frequents the malls a lot. So.
Yeah, for the sensorial experience, as we've said. No?
Yes, it's different for me, it's different when, you still walk the halls of a mall, see all the brands that you see, and, try to enter the store that you've been wanting to go to, see that item that you really want.
The latest collection.
Correct.
We all miss that. Okay, so is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers before we end the show?
Please visit our stores already. Start your Christmas shopping early. But yes, please visit any of our boutiques in malls nationwide, in all the malls nationwide. Our brands are there to, of course, provide you with that experience, that shopping experience. And we continue to assure, of course, our shoppers that, it's safe to shop in SSI stores. And I'd like to also, of course, invite everybody to try our online marketplaces, our online websites. We do have trunk.ph, which is our multi-brand site that houses all, if not, I wouldn't say all, but most of the SSI brands you can find online. So feel free to browse. And should you need the assistance also of a personal shopper or your own personal retail specialist, you may also engage services of one of our retail curators or our specialist shopping program.
Thank you, Mitch.
Yes, thank you for coming over today.
Thank
We're
you
so
for-
honored to have you here finally.
Thank you so much for inviting, and I'm happy to share, what's new and what we have in store.
What to
and
expect
Yes,
from
yes.
I hope I've excited you.
Yes, so there you have it, mga katribu, our nice chat today about the future of retail. Well, the new normal
The
in
new
luxury
normal
shopping.
in luxury
no?
shopping. I think that's the
Yes,
perfect
with
way
Michelle
to say.
Suarez of SSI. Watch fresh episodes of Pairfect every last Friday of the month at 2 p.m. on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. I'm Francine,
And I'm Dinah.
and this has been
Pairfect.
Pairfect.
We would like to thank the following: Araneta,
Pag-ibig, SM Supermall, Veteran, Divina Law Offices, ICTSI, Xlog, Globe, Kia, PLDT, Cherry, Tanawan, Prime Homes, RLC, Pure Gold, Meralco, and SM Retail.